Assalamu alaikum, Sat Sri Akal, Namaste, and good afternoon, everyone who is watching this live free for all mathematics classes for grade 9 and 10. Today, as you can see, my topic is that solving the problem by utilizing the Pythagoras theorem. Last session, we have studied the Pythagoras theorem, the details about how we can work and how we find out different values in the by utilizing the Pythagoras theorem. Today, I'm going to help and solve some of the problems using this Pythagoras theorem. So what I will do, I will just go back and revise just for to give you a basic idea once again to refresh our knowledge what Pythagoras theorem is. Actually, Pythagoras theorem is explaining that when we have a right angle triangle situation, always remember Pythagoras theorem can only be used in a right angle triangle, because if the angle is the triangle is not a right angle triangle, then we would not be able to use the Pythagoras theorem. So Pythagoras theorem explains that if we are in a situation where we have a triangular shape and one of the angle, or especially this angle facing exactly opposite to the hypotenuse, is right angle, or I should say the other way, if this angle is a right angle triangle, then opposite to this side will be called a hypotenuse, and this is base, and this is declared as a perpendicular. If we have the similar situation, then we can find out any one missing measurement. If we have given these two, we can find out hypotenuse. If we are given these two, we can find out this. Or if we are given these two values, we can find out the value of the base. So how we are going to find out, as I use H as hypotenuse, P as perpendicular, and B for the base. So after this, the next step or next calculations are just a regular algebraic calculation. If you have to find out P, then the only thing you are going to do is move B on the other side. And if we have to find out perpendicular, then in this case, we are going to say hypotenuse square minus base square. Or if we have to find out the base value, then we can switch around using the basic algebraic rules, and then we are going to move P to the other side, and we will get H square minus P square. In this way, we can find out any missing measurements. Out of three, we should be having two to get to the three. So if you are given any, you see a lot of question like there was a boat, there was a, boat lighthouse, and this is the distance, and they show you that, this is their base is perpendicular, and this light is perpendicular, and then find out there are ladder question, how big the ladder is required. So many different they utilize the basic things to elaborate all this Pythagoras theorem situation. But the key point in using a Pythagoras theorem is you need to have this angle, right angle, which is 90-degree, and then we are going to call opposite side hypotenuse, and this side will be base, and this side will be perpendicular. So I'm going to solve some questions to explain you how I am using these values. So the first question I'm using is here. The example I have is that, let's see, if I am given this value in this triangle, if my base is given as 4 centimeter, so this is given as 4 centimeter, and the height is given as 6 centimeter, and what would be this value? So in this case, let's say I'm calling this A, B, and C. That means that I'm given AB is equal to 4 centimeter and AC is equal to 6 centimeter, and I'm asked to find out BC. So as we know, utilizing this formula, I need to find out the BC utilizing this. So my BC square should be equal to AB square plus AC square. Next step, AB square would be 4. 4 is 16, or I should just go step by step. So might be somebody get confused. So I'm going to say 4 square plus AC is 6 square. That will give me 4 4s are 16, 6 6 are 36. So now 36 and 16 is going to give me 52. Now if BC square is coming as 52, then if I have to find out the value of C, means I am going to take square root of both sides. So this will become BC, and the square root of 52 will become 7.21 centimeter. So this is how we are going to call. If you like to call, you can call here as centimeter square, because we were using the basic as centimeter square, and then we can say the BC is equal to, or you can leave it as 52 under root, or you can find out this exact value as 7.21 centimeter. So this is how we are going to find out. I'm going to use another example to make it much easier as well, how we are going to do this. So I hope that this was easy for you to understand. Any right angle triangle, remember, any right angle triangle, if you are given two sides and one side is missing, utilizing this hypotenuse square, which is this, is always equal to sum of these two squares. And then you can use basic algebraic values and switch around these, and you can find out what our missing value is. So let me just go through another example to make it more clear. The next example I have here is, it says a ladder is resting against a wall, and the bottom of the ladder is 8 meters from the wall, and the top of the ladder rests against it at the height of 6 meters above the ground. The length of the ladder we need to find out. So we are given, let's draw. In these questions, I always recommend, nothing wrong with drawing on the whole situation onto your rough page or your workbook or worksheet. So let's say that the situation I'm given here is that the wall is 6 meters high. So this is my wall. This is wall. They told me this is 6 meters high wall. And then they said the ladder is resting at about 8 meters right here. So that's the ground touching this. So this is my ladder. And that is my ground spot. And this is given as 8 meters. They are saying how big the ladder is going to be. So I need to find out this ladder, this distance. So once again, if I use the same formula of hypotenuse square, in this case, they are telling me this is exactly straight wall of 90 degrees. So means this side is my hypotenuse. So I am going to use the same formula as I should call ladder or whatever I call L, B, whatever I can use that way. So in this case, this side square, say L ladder square, should be equal to square of this and square of this. Means I should be having 8 meters square plus 6 meter square. So 8 meters square is 8 8 is 64 meters square, and this is 36 meters square. So 64 and 36 meters square is giving me 100 meter square, which is L square. So now L I can find out by taking square root of both sides, and that means my square root will give me 10 meter. So my ladder total length will become as 10 meter. So this is an easy way of solving these questions. Remember once again, Pythagoras theorem use is very simple if you have clear understanding about algebraic movements of moving these their positions, and when the signs are changed, remember Pythagoras theorem is hypotenuse square is always equal to the sum of perpendicular square plus base square. And as I mentioned earlier, in this question, if you have two sides given, the third is missing, you can easily find out the third by moving around their positions. Once again, in Pythagoras theorem, the key is your this angle should be 90 degree, and if this is 90 degree, the side opposite to this will be called hypotenuse. Sometimes students get confused, okay, out of these three sides, I don't know which one should be called base or which should be called perpendicular and which side should be called as hypotenuse. Remember, side opposite to this 90-degree angle or perpendicular angle is hypotenuse. Now, situation is, because in this case they told us a wall, so obviously wall we are going to call perpendicular shape, and this side we will call a base. Technically, for the calculation sake, it doesn't matter you call this or this, but we need to understand the question. So according to the question, we know this was a wall, so we declared as a perpendicular. I call this one as base. But for the calculation, the key point is square of this plus square of this is always equal to square of this in a right angle triangle. I hope that using the Pythagoras theorem to solve these questions is helpful, and everybody is able to understand. Do not hesitate. If you still do not understand, you can contact me at 416-571-1163 through WhatsApp, through Messenger. My objective is to help the community where I live, where I have spent my majority of the time in Canada. I love to help all students or anyone who is looking for help in mathematics. And I will continue these sessions in coming days. I have finished this topic, and I'm almost ending grade 9. And once I finish grade 9 syllabus, I will be moving to grade 10. And I'll continue exactly at 1 o'clock every Sunday, unless otherwise I have any issue, I have any other commitment where I have to change. I always inform the viewers prior to change. But for now, thank you, and have yourself a wonderful Sunday. Stay home and stay safe.